Okay, so there are a few things that Joyce and I want to review with you during today's class. Everything worked, that would be great, okay. So, we have, I brought up Jonathan's website here. Jonathan is on Zoom with us. So what Jonathan has is the standard template for the Keller Williams microsites. And what I mean by microsite is that every agent's website is a subdomain of kw.com. So it will always be whatever your preferred subdomain is, .kw.com. This just means that every website is tied back to kw.com, and that's the reason why the homepage is always going to look the same as everyone else's homepage. It's going to be a search function. While you do want to have information about yourself on your website, the reason agents are coming to your website is not to learn more about you, it's to find homes. So that's why on the homepage, you are going to see that right up top. What we will show you is how to customize this little tagline here, how to update your featured properties to make those customized, and then how you can utilize ChatGPT to take your About Me section and turn it into something even better. Now that's not to say that anyone's About Me is necessarily wrong or bad. That is not at all what I'm implying. For example, Jonathan's here is unique. It's not the templated About Me that an agent would typically get when they get their website created. He did take some time to customize this and put his own spin on it. So what we can do is show you how you can use ChatGPT to just give you a little bit more, give you a few more options and turn your About Me into some, maybe using some terminology that you may not have thought of to use. So let's get started with some About Me, some before and afters. We'll start there, and then we can take Jonathan's and plug it into ChatGPT and see what it comes out with.
This all came about because we were at a realtor breakfast, and the gentleman that was there, the keynote speaker, talked about that buyers are all about the experience. One of the things that he said, he asked everybody to think about the word customer service. And if you're on a phone call and the person on the other end says, I'll transfer you to customer service, you're probably rolling your eyes and you're groaning because you don't want to deal with it. And that was where he was coming from, that it's about the experience. And that comes to the prompts that you put into ChatGPT. So this is one of our agents, and this is exactly how her About Me looked on her agent website. It talked about where she was born, her background before she got into real estate, the hospitality industry, and that she's organized, perceptive. So I took and I copied that and I put it into ChatGPT, and I asked it to write this message to demonstrate strength and value with a fear of missing out. And this is what ChatGPT came up with. And it talked about her, it kept that in there about her culinary experience, but she has a flawless attention to detail, to anticipating every client's need. Again, speaking about the client experience. But then she didn't stop there, about raising her own family and helping buyers secure their dream home, guiding investors towards smart opportunities and delivering unmatched results for sellers and renters. And the last line, don't let someone else claim the home or investment you've been searching for. With me by your side, you'll have the strength, experience, and determination needed to seize the moment and win. I thought that was pretty good for 2 seconds in ChatGPT. Let's look at another one. This one is another one of our agents, born in Italy, in Rome, and how she came to the United States and ended up in real estate. So, one of the things that the gentleman at the seminar described, he said, he asked us if we knew what a Sherpa was. And I don't mean the sweater that you wear as a Sherpa. A Sherpa is a guide. When people go into mountain climbing and climb Mount McKinley, they have a Sherpa that knows the pitfalls and gets them around as they scale the mountaintop. So let's look at what I asked ChatGPT to do for this one. I said, make this message demonstrate strength, value, fear of loss, the Sherpa of real estate. And there you can see exactly what ChatGPT with that one. As your real estate Sherpa, I'll guide you through every step with expertise, determination, and unwavering focus on your goals. Let's conquer this journey together and find the place you'll be proud to call home. And the final example is Coach Esteban and his team, the Dream Team Group. And that's how it looks on the Dream Team's KW site. And I asked ChatGPT, write this to demonstrate strength, client experience, and the fear of missing out. And that is what they did for us. And it says, if you look in the third paragraph, what sets us apart? Results. We leverage proven strategies, sharpen negotiation skills, and powerful marketing to give you a competitive edge. While our ability to drive sales is well known, it's the loyalty of our repeat clients and the steady stream of referrals that speak volumes. So that is, and literally it's copy, paste, and give ChatGPT a prompt. And when it spits it out, if you don't like it, you can tell it to rewrite it in this. You could ask it, we're going to see that you can ask it to write in a professional tone, in a friendly tone. So you've got all these different controls on ChatGPT. So let's take Jonathan's. Jonathan, you didn't know you were going to be an example today, did you? So we're going to copy it.
And yes, we are recording this class.
So we're gonna copy that. And then Amanda's got, and now there's several different ChatGPTs. There's this one, there are some that you have to pay for, but you can open it up and become, you utilize the free version. There's even one you can have on your phone. So we're gonna ask it to rewrite the following with strength, customer experience, and fear of missing out. And now, and paste it and go.
And let's see what happens.
And ChatGPT says, absolutely, here's a stronger version. More compelling that emphasizes everything. So. No, I can't, because
No,
it's
okay.
asking for the next prompt. So Jonathan's one goes into, I'm not just in the business of real estate, I'm in the business of exceeding expectations. As a driven, relationship-focused real estate professional, which 100%, Jonathan, you are. I deliver results with relentless energy and unwavering dedication to my clients, whether you're buying, selling, or investing. I make the process seamless, strategic, and stress-free. How does that sound, Jonathan?
It sounds beautiful. It sounds amazing.
And how long did that take me to do?
Like 3 seconds.
And then, yeah, I mean, and this is just an example. And, you know, the more I looked at it and went through the agent's websites, I said to Amanda, we need to just show them this cute little trick and, you know, let them help them to at least get their about me done so that when somebody's there, like what's about, Don't miss the opportunities waiting for you. Call, text, or email today to tap into unmatched expertise and elevate your real estate experience. The right time is now. Let's make it real.
This is great, and it's also offering to make a tailored version for a social media bio, or other places where it would, you might want a shorter description that has the same tone and, messaging.
So you could have that shortened if you had a real estate Instagram page or a tagline for your if you have a Facebook business page. That's the way you do it, and it takes all of 2 seconds to do that.
Yep. And you can absolutely put your spin on it depending on if you wanna, emphasize confidence, customer experience, results, the fear of missing out. If you're results driven, if you're, motivated by the relationships, whatever the case may be, and you can say, I want it to be friendly, I want it to be more business-like. I'm drawing a blank there on what that word is, but you don't always have to go with the first version that it spits out. You can also say, I like this, but change it a little bit or completely rewrite it.
Yeah, so what I would do in this case is I would copy it and paste it someplace else. And then come back and then change it and give it another prompt. And then go down and say, would you like to tailor this version? Then say, go down into ask anything and say, rewrite in a more friendly conversation tone.
Right off the bat, we've got a hey there. But it's overall the same themes, just now it reads a little bit differently. And again, there's no right or wrong way.
No,
It's whatever speaks.
It's whatever
to you.
speaks to you, whichever tone you want. Jonathan, which one did you like better?
Probably the first one, because I don't know, for me saying hey there kind of feels awkward for me, but that's just me. I don't know.
And that's to each their own, that's fine. And you may see this and you're like, I like all of it except maybe just that beginning, and then you can on your own take this and do a little tweak here and there if you'd like. Completely up to you.
I appreciate you guys using me as an example. I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna
of course. I can send you these two after we're done, so you have them.
thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Of course.
But I like that second paragraph, I'm all in when it comes to my clients. From our first conversation to closing day and beyond, I'm here to guide you, keep you informed, and make you feel good about every decision. So that's just a little more relaxed expectation than the other ones. Again, it's all about what fits your style, and you can keep asking it questions until you get it the way you want it.
Exactly.
So that's just one part of the website. And that's how you can get the about me. But there's other things that you can edit on your website that can tailor it a little more to you too.
Yep. So what we're gonna do now is show you how you can update that about me very easily. And then I wanna go into a little bit of those updates on the homepage as well. So I just went to my website, and my about me here is very basic. And my about me is just one sentence. Again, I'm not a licensed agent, so I'm just playing pretend here, so we're just gonna go along with my little pretend game. But when we come into command, and we come over and click on our names on that upper right corner, and then go to settings. Under connect settings, we're gonna see marketing profile. Now, right up top, it says the marketing profile will help you to create marketing content easier and faster. Because once it's checked off, what the system will do is push all of this information into any space where that information belongs on your website and a few other entities. So as I'm scrolling down, we see my name, my pretend license number, and then under bio, there's that same little one sentence bio that I had. So in order to change my website and any other place where my about me and my bio may show up, I come right into the settings and go to the marketing profile. And here's where I'm going to paste in Jonathan's bio. I'm just gonna borrow that. And if there's any other changes I needed to make, I would do that here as well. This is where you can ensure that you have all of your credentials uploaded. If you have any military affiliations, make sure your contact information is up to date. You also want to make sure your market center information is up to date. So the market center brokerage names, that would be Keller Williams Parkviews Realty. The market center number would be 1095, etc. And then just as an FYI on the bottom, you can plug in any of your personalized social handles here. So now I'm going to click save. It was successfully saved. From now on, it will make your work easier and it will be helpful in an auto completion of many templates and marketing materials, which is great. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to give it a refresh. Let's see if it works that quickly. I hope it did. Not yet, but it will. It just takes a few minutes for it to roll over. But you're also going to be able to see that those 3 social media links I had there, those automatically link here. My license number, my title, all of that fun stuff is right here. It's taking a little time, but that's okay. So that's how you would make some of the updates to your About Me. It's not necessarily through the website area, it's through the settings. But
Do they have any control over the picture?
this picture, yes, they do.
There you go.
So you can control the picture. As you can see, you can update this tagline here. And then you can also sort through the properties here. This is. We'll fix that. Let me show you how we do that. So to edit everything in your website, you're going to come over down into the websites applet. You're going to see you have My Websites, it's the beta version, and then the settings. Within the settings, this is going to look very familiar. So this is where you can update your URL, your subdomain. I do not recommend doing this frequently. Once you have it set, do not change it. But this is also where you can find your branded KW Buy and Sell app link. You can set some preferences here, and you can also edit the forced registration. So this is all dependent on your personal preference, but you can require a user to sign in or register on your account to view properties after 10 properties have been searched, after 2 have been searched, or right from the get-go. Or you can leave it unrestricted. I'll be honest, I don't really know which one is better. You don't want to turn people off by making them sign up for your website in order to search for properties. But at the same time, it could be beneficial. Play around with it. You can always take it off and start it again. Now here, when we go to edit agent site, we're going to click on this expert mode button. And that is going to bring us to a new page where we are going to be able to make some edits to the website. Now this looks a little bit scary, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. I also recommend going to answers.kw.com where you can view some very nice written out guides about the new website platform, how to edit things, how to do certain things, what these quick start options mean, etc. But what we're going to do today is focus on the homepage. So under custom pages, we're going to see custom homepage, and I'm going to click on that. This is now going to load, and we see 3 different columns. This first column is going to be the area in which we make any of our edits. We can update content blocks, update pictures, etc. In the middle, we're going to get a real-time view of what our website changes look like, so we can see what these changes are. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to see the URLs, revisions that have been made. It's pretty much just a summary of any changes and when they have been made. So on the left-hand side, the main page, the page or title is just default homepage. That's totally fine. Where is... So then we're gonna go into some of these content blocks, and these should be here for you automatically. This one is listing search module, something, something, something. But when I click on this, we see now the title, where I have Amanda DeMarco Real Estate, so that's where we can edit this title here. So you can have this say whatever you want. North Jersey Real Estate. I don't know. Let's just pretend. Give that a second, but we see how this will change in real time. I'm gonna make that say my name again.
But like Jonathan, like Billy's would say Team Penna. You know, so you can have it, whatever your handle is or whatever your Facebook page is, that's what you can change that title of that page to be.
Additionally, as Joyce mentioned, you can update the cover photos with either one or multiple photos or a video. So if you do have a custom video, you need to make sure it's in one of these supported formats, and the video is gonna be set on an auto loop without any sound. Where you get these videos, I'm not entirely sure. You might be able to make something on Canva. I know Esteban has created a nice video on his website where it's just kind of looking in a house and it's like you're getting a little tour there. Or if you prefer, you can do those custom images, and the website will have these default images here. But if you ever wanted to delete them, you just simply click on that remove button. If you needed to rearrange them, you can drag and drop them like that. And then to change the image, you're gonna click on this little magnifying glass icon. Then you will be able to see, different images that are already in your library within the website maintenance platform. So it's not gonna be too many right off the bat. You're gonna see these are all of those built-in images that you have here. And then these were some that I had uploaded at another time. And you can always create a new image by uploading it here as well. Just go back, does it say what the size is?
Yeah, I thought I have the outside of the house on mine.
I am blanking on what the size is, but I know it's
wide and narrow.
wide and narrow.
What's the second page? Yeah, see, I took like, you have scapes, you have house. You could take, there's a couple of different houses, there's like a colonial, there's a ranch, there's interior, exterior type of thing. So I went for the outside images, you know, one with trees and things like that to give it a feel for local real estate around our area.
Absolutely. You can update your own or upload your own image. You would click on the magnifying glass and then new image. Then you would just make an internal name, so it could be, you know, home page image 1, and then you're going to do a new upload. And this is how you would just traditionally upload any picture from your computer. I don't have any examples saved, so I can't do that at the moment. But once you update it, you would just hit save, and then that image would then load into your grid here, and you would be able to see it. Especially if you sort by the updated date, it'll show up right at the top here. So then you would just simply click on that image and you're good to go. Now this one is a little Rolls-Royce logo. That's not necessarily what I want, so I'm gonna go and change that again. And let's say I'm gonna do, I want that other one back. That one looks nice. There we go. So again, you can come in here to change the images or put a video on them. The next content block is going to be the listings that show up right here. Now, if yours doesn't automatically have this listings module or any of the modules that I've added, you're gonna click on this add module button. And this is then where you'll be able to select from all of the available modules to add them to your homepage. A module is just a fancy word for the block, thank you, where that content is going to go, whether it's listings, testimonials, agent contact info, anything like that. So for the listing list, you have an option to lay it out as a carousel or as a grid, just a design preference. And here's where you can create the title and the description. Now, again, I'm not a real realtor. So what I did for example purposes is I want to display any properties that are currently listed by any of our agents at Keller Williams Park Views. So that's my title, Keller Williams Park Views Properties, and my description is check out all the properties for sale by Keller Williams Park Views. Now you can make this featured, Morris featured properties, or Stevens Rutherford favorites, I don't know, whatever you want to do. And then you can pick and choose which listings you want to show up.
So obviously, if we had an agent that had 5 or 6 active listings at the time, they're gonna choose their own listings. But for those of you who may not have your own listings yet, why not show our office's listings? Because if somebody's been landed on your website, at least they can start looking for something, and if they don't see what they like, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna message you for what they're looking for.
Exactly. You can leave it on dynamic for the ad listings, because this allows us to have that customization. So here's how I set up this particular option. A location point, a center point. This is where you're going to put in your home base essentially. So it makes sense to be our office location. If you're promoting yourself as the expert in a specific town, maybe you want to make that location, you know, the high school, the municipal, the library, whatever of that town. I'm going to check this off to show properties in this state province only. I'm going to have 12 that display, but you can change it. Again, whatever your preference is. And here's my search mile radius within 25 miles. I have this as prices listed high to low. That way people are going to see the more expensive listings first. You can pin a featured listing if you want, so it'll always show up at the top. Now here is where under featured listings, I do not have my listings checked off. I have affiliated brokerages market centers, which means listings within our office. And then the filter settings, this is where you can customize these brokerage market center listings. So the categories, do you want to show for sale, sold, for rent, rented? Maybe you are, you know, the master of rentals and you want to show all the different rentals you have, or all of the rentals that you rented out within the last 6 months. You can do that. Listing status, active, pending, coming soon. We're going to do active. Property types. This allows you to select as many as you want. So I'm going to do houses, apartments, townhomes. I'm going to leave bathrooms, bedrooms, all of this stuff blank. This doesn't matter. And where did all my listings go? They dropped off. There's a little hiccup. Hold on. I noticed
It went into as soon as you started selecting what types. That's when it went away. And now it's back.
This is showing me ad. Why is it?
Is it possible when it's our listings that it doesn't have, they're not categorized?
I think this is pulling from our Secaucus office for some reason. So there might be just an internal hiccup, this happens sometimes. Because it should be showing all of the listings that we have, would not matter what town they were in or what price they were, it would start filtering all of them in. And I can confidently say that our office has more than 2 active listings on the market at the moment. So I don't know what this little blip is. Sometimes it happens and I do apologize. So if you are using your listings, for example. Turn that off.
We'll be getting in.
So now this is everyone's, this is all different
Oh, they want, who
brokerages.
doesn't wanna sell an $85 million driveway? Raise your hand.
In this, but see, this is showing in New York and it's supposed to be New Jersey.
But it's 15 miles.
But it's still supposed to be New Jersey. See, sometimes
Alright,
there's
take the,
little blips, it
Yeah.
happens. But. I'm gonna check this off anyway, just, I know it's not gonna show a lot of results. But then just an FYI, what you can also do is you can add a pinned listing. So if you want, you can actually search by an address or an MLS. What's the listing you have in,
It doesn't show up, by the way, on the KW website, but it was 6. Dunlop, DUNLOP, Street in Mount Arlington. Oh, it did show.
Darlington.
I know what, there's been. I'll that one. So now I've added in a pinned listing and we're gonna see right here. So I just added Moore's listing in here. And now this is pinned to be at the front. So if you do wanna highlight any specific listings, you're gonna do so under pinned listings. So again, if you wanna make sure you're highlighting your own, someone else's, someone that you're doing an open house for, whatever, you can do that right there. So that's how you can go ahead and edit those featured listings on the website. Don't worry about a call to action, and then, of course, you want to display the module so we can see it. Next, I added in a testimonial module. So again, the title and the description. What's nice about this is that you can take reviews and testimonials from any other platform and just manually add them into your command profile here. So we're gonna put it on dynamic, sort by newest publication date. Again, you set the number of testimonials you want to see. You can filter which ratings you want to show, feature testimonials, etc. And I'm going to publish this, and I'm going to show you where we add in these testimonials. So for this, I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I'm going to go to page testimonials. Now here. Okay. So here, I've clicked on custom page testimonials. And as you can see from this preview, this would be what the standalone page looks like as well. So I have page titles, the description, la da da. Check out my testimonials, see what past clients have to say. And then under items, you're gonna see that there are options to sort your existing ones or add a new testimonial. So I'm gonna click on this plus button, and then I'm gonna click on create new. This is gonna bring up a new pop-up, and this is where I can copy and paste the review from Google, from Zillow, anywhere else. So I'm gonna give it a star rating, it's 5 stars. Here's the testimonial. And it did a phenomenal job throughout the entire home buying process. Great. First name. Last name, I'm gonna do an initial. And then you can put in more information, client since, you know, if you wanted to, you can put that in. Clear that. The city and the state that they're from, I can put New Jersey, maybe I wanna put Rutherford. Do they recommend me? Yeah, of course they recommend me. Don't need to worry about any of that stuff, and I'm gonna click on publish. Fix the errors, what errors? Oh, okay. Alright, fine, so. Alright, so I'm just gonna say, let's say this was since January 1st, 2025. Send. Not too important, you can always just put the approximate date when you met that person. So now this testimonial has been published, great. I'm gonna go back. And now on that number 3 spot, I can click down and now my new testimonial is here. So now I'm gonna add this person. And in just a second, boom, now my 3rd testimonial pops up. So it's as easy as that to add in your testimonials. You're really just copying and pasting. And if you wanna have them set in a specific order, you can absolutely do that. It's up to you. And then whenever you're done, just hit publish. Boom. Now I'm gonna go back to my dashboard here and come back into my home page. I'm gonna come back into my testimonials. It's got that one there, so that's the one I just put in.
Or if you hit the
It was published in.
arrow, maybe they only put 2 in at a time. No?
It might just be a little bit of a time delay, but that should show up there because essentially you're just taking that widget and adding it onto your homepage. This is probably the easiest thing that we have that you don't have to do anything with. What a sentence that was. Blog posts. It's always great to have content on your website. It's always great to give your people something to read. It doesn't have to be groundbreaking. It doesn't have to be new and inventive. It doesn't have to be the smartest, sexiest, best thing that's ever been written. But it's great to have something there. So with these new websites, you now have a blog post automatically built into your website. So long as you have this blog post widget on your homepage, this content block, it's gonna take in all of this automatically. This is already here for you. This 4-part series, this is uploaded on your website already. It's uploaded on everyone's website, and it's fine. You don't have to change anything, it's right there, and that's a really easy way to say, oh, you're buying a home for the first time? Here's a link to my website, here's a guide for first-time home buyers. Boom, that's it, easy as that. Underneath, I've added the form for to contact the agent. So again, it's just adding in that module and it's the default agent contact form. And this is gonna pull everything from my marketing profile. So my headshot, my title, my license number, my contact info, my social links, that all goes right there. And then last but not least, on the bottom here, I put in the Market Center contact information. That way people know where our office is. But it is completely up to you what modules you want to put in and what you don't.
Which module would they add if they wanted to become hyper-local in a town? Say, all about Rutherford.
So in that case, you would want to do a. You would want to do a custom page. So in addition to the custom pages here and the custom modules and all that stuff, you're gonna see in this quick start guide, this is gonna give you the ability to create things quickly, blog posts, custom pages, landing pages. A custom page is a page that's going to live on your website. So becoming the town expert, showcasing your vendor partners, you know, all the philanthropic work you do in the community. Those are custom pages. You want those to live on your website forever. A landing page is going to be on a separate URL where it's not connected back to your homepage. It's still gonna be branded to you, but it's not gonna be connected back to your website. This is good for things that are more time sensitive, such as listings that you have, open houses, events, because you don't want someone to be able to find your, you know, Easter bunny picture taking event in July. You don't want that to show up, it's past due. Do I have a custom page? Did I do that already? No, those are property landing pages. Okay, so I can come into custom page here. And I'm gonna make myself the town expert in Rutherford. Cool. Here's the description. Born and raised in Rutherford, New Jersey, not correct at all. I don't know, don't listen to what I'm doing here. I know Rutherford like the back of my hand. Let me help you find your dream home, la la la. Again, not the best wording, my brain's not functioning very well today, but you get the point. Ask ChatGPT, it'll do a better job than I just did. So now I can upload a page heading. Do I wanna hide the title? No, I wanna leave it. Do I wanna add a background image? Yes, I do. So I'm gonna come right in here, and I'm gonna Google Rutherford, New Jersey. Again, this is not the best thing to be doing, so don't completely listen to me, but I'm gonna take this image and I'm gonna save it as Rutherford. Now I'm gonna come back to my website and I'm gonna upload the background image. So I'm gonna click upload file, choose a file. There we go. Upload. And then in just a second, now we're able to see that's now the background image. So it looks pretty nice. Page contents, now I'm gonna add a module. So what am I gonna add in? I can add in, let's say the listing list, yes. So let's say I wanna add in this listing list here. Where I can say Rutherford homes for sale. And then this is similar to the home page where I'm gonna tell the system. Maybe what I wanna do instead, homes for sale, and then I can come in here and I can search by the address and pin certain homes that are for sale in Rutherford. I can make another list where I can, you know, showcase Rutherford homes that I have sold. Cause you can still put those sold listings on, so that way people can go through the carousel and see any of those listings that I have already sold.
You could pin, best places to eat. So all we're trying to do is by creating this, time and time again, to become hyper local, to become that town expert, to become that go-to agent for that town. If you've got that, now you add restaurants. Everybody knows there's a ton of restaurants in Rutherford. They even, our regional NCTT recommended copying the Rutherford town calendar from the Rutherford town page. And you could embed the town calendar into your website for Rutherford, so anybody that's there for Rutherford would know the coming events in the town.
Absolutely. As Joyce said, you can highlight anything, and that's by just adding a rich text module, which essentially just allows you to put text and or an image. And this will allow you to then populate your opinion for the best restaurants. You wanna see Rutherford by the numbers, it's this many square feet, there's this many schools, there's approximately XYZ, you know, there's.
Average selling price, days on market, you can put a graph in there, the sky's the limit. Well, what we're trying to get you guys to see is that this is here, it's part of being a Keller Williams agent. And you can take and expand your KW website to be whatever you want it to be.
Absolutely.
I do have a website, because my name kw.com, can I change it, or it's too late now?
So you can change it. I don't recommend changing it that often. But when you are on command and you come into websites and you come over into settings, this is where you can change that subdomain. So if it's available, you'll be able to change it. You know, if you want to change it once, it's fine, but don't like change it every week. Because you don't want people to not be able to find it after a while. But yes, if you did want to update that, you can absolutely do that right there. Let's just see, let's take a look here. So now Amanda DeMarco Real Estate Agent, I've got that nice picture. Now I've pinned Maura's listing right here, so that shows up. The testimonials, there's my new one. And then if I go to About Me. Now I've got the About Me that I've borrowed from Jonathan. And under More, this is where I can see things like the testimonials page. So people can come here and look at all of the testimonials. This is also where you would see that Rutherford page that we were creating. You can create a page on here that's a new client questionnaire. I've embedded a form from Google Forms. So that way, if you're working with a client and you want to get all the information from them, you can have that as part of your website. There's seemingly endless amounts of things that you can do. Again, answers.kw.com, it's become my best friend as of late. When we come into Command, it shows you all the different applets within Command. And as we come down and we find Consumer, we have the app, the new agent websites, so expert mode, and this is where I'm able to edit the About Me, reorganize my navigation, add content, add and publish testimonials, edit your primary header, you know, using the HTML and custom landing pages. So after, you know, maybe watching the recording, you're like, I don't really know how she did all that stuff. Come here, because you'll be able to see step-by-step guides with pictures and descriptions.
Amanda, go back to the new client questionnaire. So,
And another one
so
too.
think about this for a minute. When we look at the new client questionnaire, you've just finished a conversation. You've had a buyer on the phone. You've set up your buyer consultation to meet them, and you can literally email them the link for this form and say, I have my client intake. It talks about your hopes, your dreams, what home you're looking for, the price, tell me what your style is. Again, remember, we said it's all about the client experience. And by you sending them this in advance of sitting down to get that buyer agency agreement signed, you're showing these people that you haven't personally met yet, you've only talked to them on the phone, but you show you care. You care about their experience, and that is number one in real estate today.
Absolutely. Really quickly, you might be thinking, well, why do I want to fill out a Google form if I'm on the website and I've got the contact me on the website? Where's that contact me? So here's the contact me, right? You can direct someone to this, but you can only capture this information and nothing else. At this point in time, we can't customize the form. And if you're working with a client and you've just met them, you want to try to collect more information. So that's when you can send them this link. That way you know, are they looking to buy or sell? What's their address? What's their time frame? You can make this questionnaire whatever you want. And then you'll have this link very easy, ready to go to share. What's great about using a Google form is that once you have multiple people who've, you know, entered in their information, you can create a spreadsheet of everything. So it's really easy to see all that information. And then it would be easy to upload them into Command, because you've got all that information really easy to just either copy and paste or upload.
I was talking to a coach yesterday. He told me I should do an Italian website. I'm not sure if I wanna invest into websites like GoDaddy or things like that, so I wonder if I can use command. And do you think it can work if I do everything in Italian?
See this little globe?
Yes.
Click this. Now your website's in Italian. Granted, not the information I put in, but anything else, so all the blogs, for example, they're all in Italian,
Even the blogs?
even the blogs.
I don't believe that, I'm gonna see what.
Oh, maybe not the
It's
blogs.
okay, it's okay.
Okay, I lied, sorry, but.
Okay.
But almost everything is available in Italian. So, you know, if you did at least, you know, when you're searching for the properties and things like that, that's an option there. So you can always direct someone if it doesn't do it automatically. You can say, click on this button and then click Italiano.
Or you could add a custom page for your Italian clients.
Yes.
Or, in other words, you have your regular website,
Yes.
and then you can have a custom page in Italiano that would speak to the Italian buyers in Italian. So not a whole new website, but an Italian page. The same thing with, for any of you, if you wanted to have a page solely in Spanish or in Portuguese, depending upon where your niche marketing is, you could have that page in that language. Oh, it's smiling. But you know, this way you're doing both, by having the Italian page with the regular page, now you're showing your diversity as a bilingual agent,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
and the sky is the limit,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
if you dream it, we can make it happen, most of the time.
Most of the time. Any other questions before we wrap up? Everyone out in Zoom land doing good? Just check the chat. Awesome. Happy to hear that. So yes, if you guys do have any questions along the way, feel free to reach out to myself. If it comes to, you know, questions about actually utilizing the command, website builder, if you've got compliance questions, go to Joyce, she'll make sure you know, if you're putting something, she'll tell you if you can or can't say it, and how to properly say it, so the two of us are gonna help you, to make sure your website is built up, it's compliant, and it's personalized and unique to you.
And once you get that done, then we can always take it a second level. If you wanna start creating a landing page to highlight a building or highlight condos, and with a call to action that if they're interested, click here, then they will connect right into your command. So that's the next phase, but again, we can do almost anything.
All right, well, thanks, guys.